Good evening, this is Kuro. Got a rank sprint game in my kid. Going over the matchmaking, we have an enemy Monarch, Bismarck, Baltimore, Eugen, a kid, Lightning, and Ognevoi rounding out the enemy team. The map is Greece, 3-cap domination, and we're going to kick this one off. I spawn on the west side of the team. I'm the westernmost destroyer, so I basically am going to sail up here to A-cap and see what I can do to make my presence known. While I'm sailing up here, I don't really play kid that often. I'm not too fond of the ship, uh, but I have it. It is a ship that does see competitive use, just because the thing's tanky as hell. Um, for those that have been living under a rock, you basically you're a Fletcher with one torpedo tube in exchange for additional AA. You get access to repair party, so you can tank quite a bit better than your average US destroyer. And most people, I think, when they think kid, they instantly think about the AA and trolling CVs and all that, and the ship can do that to an extent, but really, yes, number one. But really, this ship excels at punishing destroyers. And just like with Black, really getting out there, getting after and punishing destroyers and controlling caps, that's how this ship wins games. So pushing up here to A cap. I know that I'm located. I know there's a DD up here somewhere. It's too early for a cruiser to be out that far, unless it was like a French cruiser or something like that, and they don't have a French cruiser, so I know it's a DD. Just stopping behind the island right now, see if I can pick this cap up. Only got 4 seconds. And something steps on the cap. Can't have anything easy. So I'm letting my team know where the DD was. To Cleveland, he just pops radar. I think that's a little early to pop the radar because nobody really has shots on him. But the enemy team is pretty much spotted. There's one DD left out there somewhere, and there he is. And that tells me nobody really has shots on me right now, so I can make this aggressive move. I probably wouldn't do this in any other destroyer other than maybe a kid, just because the ship does have so much gun power and you've got access to the repair parties. You can play a little more risky, but all I'm doing, I'm just going to keep reversing. I'm going to pinch this Lightning out. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to try to push out there. I'm radar detected by the enemy Baltimore, but I know that he can't shoot me from that island position right there. He's got to be further north right now. He is reversing right now, like he's going to try to get in position there. That's why I start scooting forward to see if I can get safe. I see the Lightning coming out. I'm just going to risk it getting shot by the Baltimore once to make sure that we can pick this kill up without any stupidity happening. Now I'm just going to turn my guns back on the Baltimore. If I were to play a kid build specifically in this for rank sprint, I am tempted. It depends on how many cruisers are in the matchmaking, but I would be really tempted to run IFHE on the kid instead of RPF. Just because your guns, they really are your primary source of damage, and whatever you can do to buff those. I mean, you do have, Fletcher guns. and a lot more HP than a Fletcher has. Uh, so you can put them to work. So, got a low HP Benson. He's kiting back. Really, we've secured a cap. There's no sense in hanging around out here. So I'm rolling up to see. I'm basically looking to fill in for the Benson. My Atago's running back as well. That's, to me, that's telling me that we're probably not going to be able to hold C because they've got a Baltimore pushing up. They've got a Bismarck pushing up. That's quite a bit more than just I can handle. Me and just this Atago. Now the good news is the Baltimore is relatively low HP. Bad news is without IFHE, I really can't do too much to this guy in a hurry. I see he's slowing down. I'm just slamming some torpedoes out there. Maybe I get lucky. Maybe I hit him. Maybe I hit a DD. Trying to get this Benson to get out of the way because this guy's got radar, and if he pushes forward with it, we got problems. Now I do spot the kid. We both start smoking up. I smoke up because I see that Baltimore, he's turning broadside to my torps. And you saw that little peek back there. I saw he was turning broadside. I knew that I wasn't going to get radared. And now I'm just looking to disengage. I've got a good HP advantage on the kid. I'm more interested in getting out here and spotting so my Benson can use smoke and basically stay alive. That kid will eat him alive if that Benson's spotted. Actually, the kid's already down. He got torped just a little bit ago. Actually missed that in the game. Wasn't until right now I turn in because I realized that the kid actually ate torps there. But at this point, you know, just gonna let, you know, be a good teammate. Try to keep this Bismarck lit. I don't like our Vlad pushing through here, and this is why I say that I'm trying to keep him lit, because I figured that was going to happen with an Ognevoi out there. Ognevois, they have deceptively good torpedoes, and I know a lot of people run that ship down, but Ognevoi is not something to fool around with. So at this point, it's the Cleveland doing the spotting on the Bismarck. I'm going to step on the cap, and I know there's an Ognevoi up here. The only real play for this Ognevoi is he's either already headed to A cap or he's going to come down here to C cap. So my play is basically try to cap C and then push on to B cap, and basically try to spot or kill anything that gets in my way. I'm slowing down here because I want the cap. I don't want to run into the Ognevoi before I get the cap. You saw the RPF switch from the Bismarck back to the Ognevoi. I'm pinging, telling my team I need support. I want my team looking at me. If you look, my team's all rushing to deal with this Bismarck, so I'm not going to get too much in the way of help on this. And there's an Eugen back here helping the Ognevoi. Now, this Ognevoi does a pretty good job of this is kind of a sneaky tactic he's doing. He's making himself a small ship to hit. And he's just using his front gun, and he's relying on my dispersion to miss a lot of my DPM on him. And he's relying on this Eugen to actually provide the DPM. This Eugen should be able to hit me pretty good. So I am. That's what's going on right here. This is actually kind of a sneaky smart move. A lot of people might think that you know a better move would be turning out and giving broadside. The issue is that Ognevoi doesn't have the gun DPM, even broadside with all of his guns to gun down a kid. So he's trying to mitigate damage so he can tank and last longer, while his Eugen should be able to get more cracks at me, because I basically don't want to smoke until I can finish the Ognevoi off. Now this shot here kind of changes the equation. I take out that front gun, and you're going to see he's going to start to open up his back gun. And at this point, you can see just the change in DPM here. I'm going to go on ahead and start smoking up since my Benson's spotting the Ognevoi. Ognevoi is trying to smoke up. Now he's drifted inside my smoke concealment range right there. I get spotted briefly, and I hop forward real quick because I know this Eugen's going to shoot again, and there's the shells. And I'm able to disengage. It's really important, never just come to a complete stop in your smoke when you're first dropping your smoke. So many players are really good at predicting exactly where your ship will come to a stop, and then you're kind of frozen in time for almost a full second where you're giving ships like a free shot at you. This little stutter step between a quarter and half speed that you saw me do, it's really effective at dodging fire, at dodging torpedoes. That Ognevoi threw some torpedoes at me, and it really will save you a lot of hit points if you get out of a bad habit of just trying to come to a complete stop and reverse in your smoke. So this is my kid game, pretty much knocking the getting the gift container for it. 2.3 base XP, pretty solid game. Went on ahead, complimented these three guys. They did play fairly well. I did like the play that the Ognevoi tried to make. It just didn't work out for him. Honestly, Ognevoi getting caught like that, really, he should have tried to kite me with all of his guns. He would have had a better chance outside 7 kilometers than he would otherwise shooting at me. So that's how an Ognevoi beats a kid. You both have repair parties, things like that, but Ognevois should win the trade beyond 8 kilometers. Kid inside 8 kilometers is probably going to win. Yes. No, you can't have the trick-or-treats. You've had enough. Oh. I haven't moved. I can't stop. Because Daddy's not going to get you a trick-or-treat. You've had 3 already. Oh, the joys. Anyway, so that's the way that the Ognevoi and kid work out. Ognevoi should... Hey! Enough. Enough. Ognevoi will win that trade. Okay, I'm just going to cut this one off because she's very unhappy right now and I got to have a discussion. Hope you guys are having a good night, and I will talk to you guys later.